So, last night I watched the newest Troma film, Father's Day. Today, with this review, I have this bastard.
Oh, I can't even see myself in the little screen. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh,
This bastard.
Well, that is pretty good face tracking. You're right.
I know, right? It's just like, whoop, whoop. This is Colton. He is a person.
Thank you for that very eloquent yeah. Good
My eloquent explanation.
Yeah.
Let me hide Tom Baker. Okay. So, Father's Day is a Troma film, and for those who don't know who Troma is, they made other films such as The Toxic Avenger, which that is certainly a movie.
That's fucked up.
They made another movie, I think Resurrecting the Streetwalker was a Troma film, and it was about this.
You could have maybe done your research before.
It was weird. Just stupid. The whole shtick of Troma films are they're obscene, they're vulgar, they're overtly disgusting, and the humor can be like a 5-year-old's sometimes. But anyways, Father's Day is about a series of murders happen in a place called Tromaville. And these murders are a bunch of fathers. Like, what police force in their right mind would automatically think, oh, all of these guys were fathers. Obviously, they're connected. But they're all fathers, and all of them were raped and murdered by, well, at first it was by a guy named Bill Fuckman. The priests and police force summon the help of this one guy, Ahab, who was on the original case involving Bill Fuckman. So they bring him back, and it's basically him, his sister, this guy named Twink, and a priest, all trying to solve these murders and kill the Fuckman. This movie had every single trope of a Troma film you can imagine. Dicks getting cut off, gratuitous tits and sex, gratuitous violence, language, everything about it was over the top, and it was shot in the style of like a 70s crime show kind of thing. Because that's another thing that I like doing with Troma films, is making them look older than they really are. The acting was about what you would expect. Pretty on par with the ridiculousness, including just ridiculous moments. Like one moment, Ahab, after first meeting his sister, just kind of sits down and starts talking to the priest, and he starts talking about, it's kind of like syrup, the syrup that I make. You let it sit for long enough and it becomes nice, but it sits too long and it starts to ferment and becomes rotten. And the priest is just kind of like, oh, I get it, so your sister's like the syrup. And he's like, what? And he goes into a deep, elaborate metaphor, and he's like, okay, maybe your sister's not the syrup, maybe you're like the old oak tree. And he's like, what? Are you calling me a tree? That's not very nice. It's ridiculous. The humor's silly. The whole thing is silly. But the acting was about what you would expect for a Troma film. I've been talking a lot. Jesus Christ.
For those who don't know what a Troma film is, the acting was pretty bad.
Yeah. But a tolerable bad, not like Kristen Stewart bad. Yeah, I went there. The music was pretty good. It had its moments, definitely, but some parts it was just kind of obnoxious. I mean, all in all, if you ever have a showing playing at a midnight movie or something like that, and you're in the mood for something ridiculous, why not? Just go with your friends and watch it. I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't watch it repeatedly. it's definitely just a movie.
Yeah. This from the man who watched The Room.
Like 5 times.
Too many times.
Too many times.
That I have seen things.
So do you have any questions to add on to this 5-minute and 20-second review?
Yes. Why did you state the time of the review when it's obviously going to be longer than that at this point?
Well, I mean, I was just stating the current time.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is to it.
The only question I have is, given that you already have some knowledge of Troma films,
Mm-hmm.
why did you subject yourself to this one?
Well, it's mostly because I like the Inwood, why I subjected myself to it. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my god, this was the worst experience ever.
Right.
But it was definitely fun to watch. Just some parts were disgusting, like how Ahab lost his eye. Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I couldn't watch it. I turned away at that point.
Well, you kind of...
And there was another scene where the fuckman was genitally mutating himself, or genitally mutilating himself. So I was just kind of turned away the whole time. I'm like, hi Maria, how are you? You know, and she was like, okay, it's over. It was disgusting.
Yeah, you need to not be a pansy. But that said, I don't think I have any more questions for this review.
All right, well, that's that. I think I'm gonna wear this eye patch more though.